is there a path to happiness? Is there a path to living stress-free in this world? And the answer is yes. And that's what I'm here for today. My plan is to share my views with you about how to be at peace. If you are at peace, if you're happy, any endeavor you undertake, you will simply succeed at it. You will not only succeed, you will actually enjoy the journey. I'd like to start with a favorite quote. This happened in Sydney many years ago. I was dining at a restaurant in the countryside, and on the wall there was a long quote. It said, "For years I thought real life was about to begin." He said, "For years I thought something big, something grand is going to happen in my life and I will suddenly feel happier. I thought what I was living was not my real life, that I was meant to do something else. And one day I'll be free of all my shackles, I'll be free of all my engagements, and then I will embark upon this journey of discovering myself, of being happy, of always being fulfilled. But there was always some unfinished business. There was a bill to be paid, there was a call to be made, there was an email to be replied to. So no matter how much I ticked off, there was always some stuff still left. And then one day, it dawned on me that this was real life. What I was living was my life. And this is one of the greatest realization you can have, and also one of the greatest mistakes you can make, is to think that somehow something drastic needs to change in my life for me to feel happy. Happiness is a habit. Often people think something big's supposed to happen before I can start feeling fulfilled. But the truth is, if you can't find fulfillment in your current life, it's very unlikely you will find it later on in any other lifestyle. And that leads me to talk to you about 4 principles of happiness, the way I see the world. And I'm not saying they are the only principles, but that's what's worked for me always. The first principle of happiness in life, it starts with gratitude. I've written a great deal about it on my blog as well. But unless you are grateful for absolutely everything you have in your life, you can't start to be happy. Not just all the good things, for everything. Because maybe there are a lot of things that we can't make sense of, but they have a role to play. Maybe they are there to train us, they are there to make us strong, make us better, make us think differently, make us question. So everything, every incident, every experience, every event is there for a reason. And mostly, we have invited it. A man died and went to heaven. So there he was taken for a tour. Although in real life I don't think that happens, but for the sake of the story. So he was taken for a tour, and he was taken to this big hall, massive hall, and a lot of angels working in that hall, a lot of people busy doing stuff, and the files and files and files and files. And the man said, "What's this hall? So much work in heaven? I thought heaven was all fun." And they said, "Well, this is our incoming section. This is where we receive the mail. Anytime anybody expresses a desire, we get a letter here. And these are not files, we actually file those letters based on each individual, and we're always running out of space because people are always wanting more stuff." And the man said, "Well, that makes sense. Everybody's busy, they're always understaffed. He goes further and is taken to the next room. And the next room is 1/10 the size of the first one. And they say, well, what's this room? Less number of people working, less workload. So, well, this is the outgoing section. When we fulfill any desire, the letter goes out from here. And clearly, we don't fulfill all the desires of everybody, because existence, this creation, will cease to exist. In one area, in one town, one is praying for rain, the other one's praying for sunshine. So we can't fulfill everybody's desire. In one family, one person is wanting something entirely different, and the other person wants something totally different. So we are selective about the desires we fulfill. And that's why there are less number of people working in this division. And he's taken to the third room. The third room, only one person was working there and practically doing nothing. And he said, well, what's the third room? How come there's absolutely no workload here? I said, well, the first one was the incoming section. The second one was the outgoing section. This is the acknowledgement section. When people's desires are fulfilled, some of them care to write back, saying thank you. Only some of them. Often what happens, we have a desire, it's fulfilled, and immediately, before we have time to take a breath or thank anybody, we have a new one. And this endless cycle keeps most people busy their whole lives. And because they are constantly wanting something else, they fail to appreciate what is already there. And as a result, that sense of deep non-fulfillment, that something is lacking, never leaves them. When you were 15, you had different priorities, different goals, different things you wanted from life. At 25, different. At 35, different. At 45, yet again different. So change will keep on coming, but in all this change, if you were to sit down and write down what all I actually have been blessed with, what I already have, I believe everybody has plenty. Enough to be grateful. And unless you are grateful, you won't feel light. Walking away with the burden of desires, of expectations, you will feel heavier and heavier by the day. But if you actually just took a few minutes and started writing down, I've got a body, I've got a mind that works, I've got clothes, I've got a roof over my head, I can eat, I don't sleep hungry. Yes, maybe my family wasn't the best, maybe my friends weren't the best, maybe my country wasn't the best. But it's a matter of perception. Life is how we take it more than what we make of it. So if there is really one thing anybody could inculcate in their life, one thing that will make all the difference to how you feel when you go to sleep and how you feel when you get up, it's how grateful you are for everything that you have. Often people want things, but they don't want the consequences of having those things. This happened in Sydney once. A man got diagnosed with cancer of the lymph. And I said to him, he approached me, this was some years ago, I said, well, this is what you asked for, at any cost. He said, I couldn't have asked for a disease, I'm sure. I said, well, if you buy a car, right? Let's say you ask the universe, I need a car. You get a car. Don't you have to pay for the insurance? Don't you have to pay for the service, for the fuel? You have to pay for the upkeeping. So anytime you're granted a desire by nature, by God, or by universe, it comes with strings attached. And often that's what ties people down, because now they have to keep up not only the desire, but also the auxiliary work, the accessories that come with it. And that's where the bulk of the work is. And gratitude is simply every morning and every night, it's a 2-minute exercise, saying that, thank you. If you were to say, I don't need anything more, I'm just happy the way I am, and I'm progressing towards my own elevation and for those around me. But what if you actually started saying to the universe, to God, to nature, to whatever name you want to give, that I don't want anything else. I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for attention. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for anything. Let me just be in the present moment. When you go into the mountains, whatever you say echoes back to you. If you say, I'm sad, mountains will say back to you, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. If you say, I am really upset, it'll say, I'm upset, I'm upset, I'm upset, I'm upset. If you say, I want money, it'll say, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money. If you say, I'm very happy, the whole universe will laugh with you. It'll say, I'm very happy, I'm very happy, I'm very happy, I'm very happy. If you say, I don't want anything, now that's the ultimate state to be in, because now nature will start to say to you, I don't want anything from you either now. That battle with nature, that battle with universe, you can't win this battle no matter what you try. The scale is just too immense out there. So the key is to work with it. And when you're grateful, you open up. And you open up and you sprout. And you blossom and you bloom. And then you spread fragrance.